It is fast. It is competitive. It is exciting. This is Pocono. The Tricky Triangles is the location for stop number 16 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series, as we are set for the running of the WIX Filters 400, as we're set for 30 laps of action on this 2.5-mile triangle-shaped racetrack. And this is a track with a very distinctive racetrack. That is to say, three different straightaways and 3 different corners, and we will get to that description as we do the first lap of this race. So, all that said, let's get the starting line for this running event. On the pole at 185 miles an hour, it is Quentin Moore, car number 89, the Racing for Jesus Chevrolet. He'll be alongside Dylan Young in car number 2, the AC Delco Chevrolet. Both of them yet to win a race this season. Starting in row 2, we'll have Keith Badson in car 32, the White Rain Ford, and the Castrol GTX Chevrolet car 27 of Jesse Turner. Third row has the winner this season at Texas, Chris Dollerton. He'll be alongside car number 60, Levi McIntyre. Both of them carry in-car cameras today. Fourth row will have Charles Sanford in car 29, the Sonic Chevrolet, and Johnny Gardner, car 22, the Discount Tires Dodge. Fifth row has Joshua Osborne in car 33 and Jessica Shelton, the winner at North Wilkesboro this season, in car 17. And Jessica has her third in-car camera in today's event. Sixth row has Kyle Matthews in car 24, winner this season at the Daytona 500, and he also won in Atlanta as well. He'll be alongside Cole Deaver in car 3, the Oreo Chevrolet. The next row down will have Ashlyn Boyd in car number 18, the M&A Pontiac, and Nathan Hudson in car 38. Next row down has Kat Batson in the Track Gear Ford number 9. She'll be alongside Carter Friesen in car 36, the Stanley Tools Pontiac. Next row down has Rob Evans in car number 8 and 66 of Elijah Gordon. Next row down has Mike Becker in car 45, the Sprint PCS Chevrolet, and Benjamin Miles winner this season at Darlington in car 14, the Navy Chevrolet. Next row down has Matt McIntyre in car 37, the Timberwolf Pontiac, and Jay Jefferson, the other Navy Chevrolet. He won his season at California. Next row down has car number 43, Joshua Card, winner at Sonoma this season in the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper Toyota, and two-time winner season car 39, the Mobile One Dodge of Zachary Fitzwater. His wins came at Bristol and again at Dover. Next row down has Gene Samber, who pulled off that tremendous win at Talladega. She'll be alongside car 99, Benny Watson, who won at Rockingham. Next row down has William Brock, the Coca-Cola 600 winner in number 4, and 62 Sky Commons alongside. Next row down has car 15, Eli Brighton, car number 10, Simon Bloomfield. Next row down has Vince Albrego in 44, and number 12, Mitchell Collins. Next row down has car 00, Aiden Shepard, and number 57, Henry Sanford. Next row down after that will be 63, Diego Yepes in the Lysol Pontiac, and car number 7, the Geico Chevrolet of Zach Winkle. Next row down has car 74, James Henry, and number 1, Bobby Frazier. Next row down, Dion Moon in 87, and car number 34, Trey Wright, and starting shotgun on the field will be car number 5, Ryan Brommer. So, field gets set for racing here today at Pocono Raceway. So here comes the command of Fire the Engines for the WIX Filters 400.
Drivers, start those engines!
So the commands begin in Fire the Engines as we get set for racing here today on this 2.5-mile triangle-shaped racetrack at Pocono. Should be a very interesting race here today on this racetrack. Again, our in-car cameras today will be carried by Chris Dollerton, Levi McIntyre, and Jessica Shelton. Those three will be carrying in-car cameras, and all three of them have won a race this season. Dollerton's win came at Texas when he dominated that event. Levi McIntyre won his race at Richmond, and Jessica Shelton is one of the 3 two-time winners this season so far. She not only won at North Wilkesboro, but she also won on the road course at Riverside Raceway, the last race on the tour. And her, along with Kyle Matthews and Zachary Fitzwater, the only 3 two-time winners so far this season on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. And apparently Wonders, it looks like they may not make a start here. That's Johnny Gardner dipping into the inside lane in 22. Gardner, who won this race a couple seasons back, is on the apron of the track and apparently about to make a visit to the pit road before the green flag even falls. So Johnny with Gardner with a with a very disappointing start to this race without question. And the field's about to approach turn number 3 here for the start of the Pocono 5 the WIX Filters 400. Quentin Moore has the pole for this race. The first pole he won this season, as a matter of fact. He collected his first top 10 last race on the tour at Riverside as Johnny Gardner heads down pit road along with the pace car as the other 40 cars strain the break point in the turn number for the green flag, and we are underway at Pocono. Into turn number 1 they go. Turn number 1 is the steepest bank turn on the track at 14 degrees in banking. It's 3 wide already between Chris Dalton, Keith Batson, and Jesse Turner. Off turn number 1 onto the long pump straight road, which is 3,055 feet in length. And then they go for turn number 2, which is a 90-degree turn. It's a tunnel turn. There really is a tunnel that runs through this course. And it's banked at 8 degrees. Now onto the north chute that's 1,780 feet in length. And onto the flattest turn on the track and also the slowest. That's turn number 3, banked at only 6 degrees. As Keith Batson makes his way to second position, Quentin Moore lead him off turn number 3. There is no turn 4 on this track. And onto the longest straightaway of them all. That's the front stretch at 3,740 feet in length. And that's that straightaway is actually longer than the back stretch at Daytona, believe it or not. But it's actually not as long. It's longer than the backstretch at Daytona, but not as long as the backstretch at Talladega. First lap tied at 173.93 miles per hour. Quentin Moore's first, Keith Batson second, third is Dylan Young. Chris Dallerton up to 4th position now in car 23 as he's looking a little racy here today. On board with Chris Dallerton in car 23, the Stacker 2 Chevy. He runs in 4th position at the moment. See how fast Chris goes down the front stretch here as he's falling behind Dylan Young and Keith Batson. See down 204, 205, 6, 207. Saw 208 blink in the turn number 1. And down about 175 miles an hour in the middle of 1 and 2. So Dallerton looking pretty good right now. And here comes Keith Batson for the lead in car 32 as he looks inside of Quentin Moore. Batson driving the 1997 Busch Series cars of Dale Jarrett, while Quentin Moore driving the car of his favorite driver, Morgan Shepherd, as they come down off turn number 2 onto the north chute, and now on to the flat turn 3 as they go down off turn number 3. They come. Chris Dallerton lowering that throttle on that 23 Chevrolet as he moves inside. Jesse Turner looks inside now of Dallerton for 3rd position. Charles Sanford and Jessica Shelton running right there behind as Sanford tries to get around Dylan Young. Shelton trying to get around Levi McIntyre. Riding with Levi McIntyre in car number 60. Stuck on the outside lane. Jessica Shelton now going by, and now she'll try to go by Dylan Young as well. Roof cam from Shelton's car. Now we're riding inside Shelton's car right now. In car number 17, running right behind Charles Sanford, 29. Shelton up to 5th. She has won here at Pocono before as well. That came a few seasons back. Shelton is in 5th position. Joshua Osborne's in 6th. 7th is Jesse Turner. 8th, Dylan Young. 9th, trying for 8th is Kyle Matthews, as he's got Levi McIntyre behind. A couple of Buckeyes about to overcome the Florida-Georgia combination. I could say the Florida-Georgia line, but some country music bands already got that copyrighted. But anyway, enough of the jokes here as they come down the front stretch here. Keith Batson now currently holds the lead. Dallerton second. Sanford out the third position as he's getting the draft from Jessica Shelton. Now Joshua Osborne looks low in the track, tried to make it 3 wide on Shelton and more, but nothing doing. Joshua says we'll get him again sometime, and still got plenty of racing left to go though. This as we're 5 in the books and 25 to go. So long race at Pocono, 30 laps on this track is about to my knowledge 60 miles, I believe. Actually, I think 60, actually more like 65 and a half miles actually is what 30 miles on Pocono would be. It's the same length of track as Daytona and Indianapolis. Indianapolis is a track similar to this, except it's a rectangle-shaped track where we'll be going to later in the season for the Brickyard 400. And it's got 4 corners all banked the same, about 9 degrees in banking. But anyway, strange and boring track facts courtesy of yours truly. But anyway, Jesse Turner, we're looking at him in the Castrol GTX Chevrolet, running in 5th position right now, the winner of the season at Martinsville, as he's trying to move his way back up through the field. The top 4 being led by Keith Batson, Chris Dallerton, Charles Sanford, and Jessica Shelton. Kyle Matthews moved into 6th position as he's gotten by Quentin Moore. Levi McIntyre right there behind in car number 60 as he has got the back bumper cam on his Fastenal Ford. Quentin Moore right there in front of you. That's the Racing for Jesus Chevy. He's running in 8th position. Levi McIntyre, whom you're riding with right now, is in 7th. Looking at Quentin Moore's car right there, you see that's gives you an idea of the draft that the car behind you gets. And you can draft on a track like Pocono, as a matter of fact, too, obviously, as well as tracks like Indianapolis. And, of course, also the track we'll be going to next on the tour, which will be at Michigan Speedway for the Miller Lite 400. McIntyre is the 4th fastest speed in the race so far at 184.4 miles an hour. Jessica Shelton has the fastest lap at 184.7. And McIntyre into turn number 1 at 209 miles per hour. Let's see how fast he'll do on the front stretch on the Long Pond straightaway here. Quentin Moore's in the draft of McIntyre. Moore at 206 miles an hour into turn number 2. And looks like we got a battle going on for second. Charles Sanford going by Chris Dallerton. Jessica Shelton says, I'll follow through, and she gets by Dallerton as well. Off the 3rd turn they come. Keith Batson, who's had a kind of a iffy season so far in that White Range Chevrolet, or White Range Ford, excuse me. He's run good at some races. He's run some races as well, but everything going Batson's way right now as we'll be completing the 10th lap this time by, with 20 laps remaining as they come across start finish line. Charles Sanford and Jessica Shelton, 2 of the big mover uppers in this race so far. Sanford started this race in 5th position. Shelton started, I think, in 10th. And right now, they ride second and 3rd position right now as Jesse Turner looks low on the track here. Jesse trying to stick the nose of his Chevy to the inside of Shelton's Ford. But nothing doing, and they come across the start-finish line. Batson leads another lap. Batson's last lap is just 182.5 miles an hour compared to a 182.7 for Charles Sanford, who's been on the, as we talked about the draft at Pocono. Getting the draft is faster technically. But, as the saying, of course, we always go back to that saying, catch them's one thing, but pass them's a whole nother thing. But Turner's in fourth position, Dalton 5th, Matthews 6th, McIntyre 7th, Quentin Morstrop the 8th, as he is now going toe-to-toe with Joshua Osborne. Osborne trying for 8th position and about to shove Quentin Moore back to 9th possibly. And here they come, battle for the lead. Charles Samper with the help of Jessica Shelton to the low side of the track. And Shelton's going to make a 3 wide into turn number 1. How about that move? Jess said, screw second, I'm going for the lead. And she's trying it with a vengeance now. As Dalton moves up behind, and now Charles Samper's going to go side by side with Keith Batson. And in the meantime, the top 4 cars are 2 by 2 as they come off the second turn. And Charles Samper, car 29, goes to the number 1 spot now. And here comes Dalton to the low side of the track as he and Levi McIntyre going to the low side. And Cole Deaver is also to the low side, as is Dylan Young. So looking to have some new players in the top 5 possibly as they go into turn number 1. Shelton out caught to the high side of the track. On board, Jessica Shelton's car. She gets past McIntyre off the outside of the track. And the track says, you're not taking a spot away from me, Levi. You're going to have to get it over my dead body. And she's racing that way right now. She's now moves up on Chris Dalton for 3rd position. Shelton running in 4th at the moment. Trying to get the draft off the 23 car of Dalton as he's up ahead of Shelton right now in 3rd position. There he is, the inside of his machine, and he's also got the front bumper cam on his Stacker 2 Chevy. Dalton's got the front bumper cam, and McIntyre's got the rear bumper cam on their cars. And Dalton in turn number 1 at 204 miles per hour, driving off Keith Batson. So the front 7 cars are single file, as is the 8th place car, Joshua Osborne. Quentin Moore's 9th, and 10th is Cole Deaver. Looking inside now is Mike Becker as he looks low on Rob Evans as they go into turn number 1, trying to get behind the 18 car of Ashlyn Boyd. Ashlyn's in 11th position. 12th is Becker. 13th, trying for 13th, is Dylan Young, as he's now to the low side of Rob Evans for position as he gets the draft off the 45 of Mike Becker. Nathan Hudson right behind the 38 car. Matt McIntyre's in there, as is Kat Batson in the 9 car. Getting the word that Johnny Gardner actually made it back out on the racetrack here after not losing a lap after the disappointing start he had to this race. And problems with Gene Sanford's car. Yeah, Gene Sanford sitting on pit road in car number 21. She's got problems with her Reese's Chevrolet. In the meantime, Johnny Gardner looks like he's going to pick up a spot here while Gene sits on pit road. Gardner right now running in 40th position at the moment, unfortunately for him. He had a pretty good shot Johnny felt like he had a pretty good shot at this race here, too, before the problems set in. In the meantime, Jean's about to get lapped by her brother Charles right now in the lead. But anyway, the top 4 stays status quo. Meantime, Levi McIntyre moves at the 5th position. Kyle Matthews to 6th, and here comes Quentin Moore coming back on the outside of Joshua Osborne's car. Osborne and now going toe-to-toe with Cole Deaver. Deaver in the 3 and Osborne in 33. Pair of Chevrolet side by side. Osborne keeps the spot for the time being, and now Deaver's going to have to try some other way. And now Shelton decides it's go time right now. She moves inside of Chris Stollerton for position. Shelton at the 3rd position behind Batson and Sanford. And there's the second pack of cars right there in this bunch here. Nathan Hudson, that's Rob Evans behind him. Mike Becker, Kat Batson, Matt McIntyre, Carter Friesen, Zachary Fitzwater, Joshua Collard, and Elijah Gordon. That would be positions 13th to 21st in this line of cars right there. Eli Bright running 22nd. 23rd is Benjamin Miles. 24th, excuse me, it's Jay Jefferson. Benny Watson, 25th. 26th is William Brock. 27th is Sky Commons. 28th is Simon Bloomfield. 29th is Zach Winkle. 30th is Mitchell Collins. 31st, Aiden Shepard. 32nd is Bobby Frazier in the 1 car as he gets by Henry Stammer. Stammer drops to 33rd. 34th is Diego Yepes. Trey White, 35th. 36th is Dion Moon. 37th, Vince Almarengo. Then James Henry and Ryan Brommer in 39th. And Johnny Gardner running in 40th. And Gene Samper still sitting on pit road. Meantime, new leader, Keith Batson, has gotten by Charles Samper, and he brings Jessica Shelton with him. So Ford's running 1st and 2nd at the moment. Batson looking for his first victory of the season. Shelton looking for her 3rd. Off turn number 3 they come. 19 laps in the books, and we're coming up on 19 laps in the books, and we are now at 11 laps to go here at Pocono Raceway. It's Batson, Shelton, and Charles Sanford, the top 3 cars, and McIntyre's 4th, Levi McIntyre that is. Kyle Matthews, who to no one's surprise is at the 5th position, so Matthews again, another top 10 run going on, another top 5 I should say, and here comes Shelton for the lead. Looking low on Batson. Batson and Shelton outbreaks Batson in the turn number 2, and Jessica Shelton goes to the top spot now, as she's trying for 2 in a row after winning at Riverside. But Charles Sanford in the 29 car may have something to say about that. And looking low is car number 60. That's Levi McIntyre for 3rd spot on Keith Batson. But peeking to that low side is that dreaded blue car of Kyle Matthews. And here comes Matthews to the low side. Almost made a 3 wide. He is going to make a 3 wide. Matthews inside of both McIntyre and Batson. But Kyle decides not to push the envelope for the moment. Now Quentin Moore looks to the on the high side, excuse me, in the 89 car, that green 89. They're going to be side by side there. Matthews in a 2001 Chevy and Moore in a 2009 Chevy. But meantime, it is East Coast versus West Coast here they're battling for the lead. Shelton from South Carolina, Sanford from California. And here comes Charles to the low side. He got to the back of Shelton's car. Now they're going to be side by side on turn number 1. Sanford to the low side, Shelton to the high side as they come off turn number 2. It's going to be a drag race on the Long Pond straightaway. Which one has better acceleration? Which one rolls faster? It's Shelton for the moment, but Sanford is going to try and outbreak her through turn 2. And they're still going to be side by side. McIntyre doesn't even know who he wants to go with. Batson says, I think I know who to go with. And he goes with Charles Sanford as McIntyre is trying to help Shelton. But Charles Sanford goes to the top spot and he takes the lead with now 8 laps to go. Slicing and dicing and Pocono now here to go 3 wide for turn number 1 again. McIntyre, Batson, and Shelton and Matthews almost made it 4 wide. And McIntyre slammed the brakes right in front of Matthews' car. It's amazing Matthews didn't bump into him. And Matthews says, out of the way, I got a race to win here. But meantime, Keith Batson looks low on Shelton. He's going to take second place from him, from her, I should say. And now here comes Quentin Moore's going to try to make a 3 wide on Matthews and McIntyre. Down the front stretch now with 7 laps to go. Matthews to 4th. But nope, here comes Quentin Moore to the low side. Quentin Moore looks low on Matthews as they come off turn number 2. Jesse Turner's in there. Cole Deaver. Joshua Osborne's in there. I wouldn't count this bunch out just yet here. Is there an inside line now? As they're now about to hang Jesse Turner out the drive, Chris Dalton's in there, and as is the 2 of Dylan Young. So 11 cars in a pack for the win. And which one of these 11 is going to pull it off here? Sanford out in front now with 6 laps to go. But here comes Shelton. Car number 17 to the low side. Batson and 32 on the high side. And again, they're going to be side by side off turn number 2. Batson hopes to outbreak Shelton in turn number 2, and he will do so. He gets enough distance, and now Kyle Matthews looks low. Positions 2, 3, 4, and 5 all right there together. And Matthews backs up, and now McIntyre looks slow on the track. The 2 Buckeyes looking side by side. Matthews from Dayton and McIntyre from Portsmouth. Second place now. Batson and Shelton. They're at it again. Down the stretch now. 5 laps remaining. Charles Samper saying, I'm loving this here. Can you keep on battling, but I'm going to take off and possibly win this thing. That's the thing, though. If they go side by side, keep running side by side like that, it is good racing, but it does let the leader get away, though, and they better sort it out if they want to get a shot at possibly winning this race here. Shelton now decides, heck with it, I'm going to go over for second, and she's got it. And here comes number 89 beginning the roll, Quentin Moore. Got his first top 10 of the season at Riverside when he finished the race in 4th. Looks to give himself another top 5 finish possibly here today at Riverside, here at Pocono. Where are we, Qualls? Here at Pocono Raceway. And here comes Deaver. He's gotten past Matthews. That puts Deaver up to, I think, 6th place. Yes. Puts him up to 6th at the moment. And here comes Levi McIntyre to the left side of Keith Batson. And meantime, here we go. Battle for the lead. Sanford versus Shelton. They're side by side to turn number 3. Charles to the high side. Shelton to the low side. Up that 6 degrees ranking in turn number 3. Shelton takes the lead now with 3 laps to go. But here comes McIntyre. McIntyre to the inside of Charles Sanford now, looking for second. Or maybe possibly get a sniff of the draft right there as they're trying to get the draft off one another and trying to get past Shelton. Johnny Gardner up ahead, but he's not going to be much of a factor. He's not going to be a factor to the leaders. Boy, hold your breath now. This is going to be a wild race here. 2 laps to go at Pocono. Who pulls out in this lap? Here it's Charles Sanford. Low side of the track to the inside for the lead. And he's got it. Charles Sanford to the low side. Shelton to the high side. Sanford looking for his first victory of the season. Shelton looking for her 3rd and 2 straight. McIntyre's also looking for his 2nd victory of the season. He's trying to become the 4th to win 2 races this season. Through turn number 2 they come. Sanford and Shelton side by side on the racetrack here. McIntyre. What's he going to do? Into turn number 3, Shelton slides back here. Sanford to the lead. McIntyre to the low side of the track now. It'll be the white flag. 1 lap to go. Who's it going to be in the WIX Filters 400 at Pocono? Charles Sanford deploys first. Second is McIntyre. Third is Shelton. Fourth is Batson. Battle for fifth, Kyle Matthews and Quentin Moore. And Matthews got Joshua Osborne behind him. And don't count Osborne out for that fifth spot just yet. And now here comes Shelton on the low side of McIntyre for second place here as they come off turn number 2. Shelton's got one more shot to go in that third turn, but her and McIntyre's going to be side by side, and Sanford's pulling ahead. As they come through turn number 3, the Sonic Chevrolet car number 29 rounds the third turn. They come, and it's going to be win number 1 of the season for Charles Sanford. He wins at Pocono. What a fine drive by Charles Sanford, the number 29 Sonic Chevrolet. Takes the win here in the WIX Filters 400 at Pocono. Jessica Shelton comes home second. Third to Keith Batson. Fourth, Levi McIntyre. And fifth to Kyle Matthews. What a finish it was here today. And what a race it was today at Pocono. Some good racing on this racetrack. Sixth place will go to Quentin Moore. Seventh to Joshua Osborne. Eighth to Cole Deaver. Ninth to Dylan Young. And Jesse Turner will come home in 10th. What a race here today on this 2.5 mile racetrack. Sixteen races are in the books here as we are almost to approach the halfway point of this 34 race season in the Castrol GTX Cup Series for season number 22. Oh, what a race it was here. Rest of the finishers for you here. Ashland Boyd comes home in 11th. A good day for him. Mike Becker, 12th. Chris Dalton dropped to 13th. 14th to Kat Batson. Elijah Gordon, 15th. 16th, Rob Evans. 17th, Joshua Collard, Carter Friesen, 18th. 19th will go to Zachary Bitzwater. And 20th to Matt McIntyre. Rest of the finishers here. William Brock, Sky Commons, Jay Jefferson, Benny Watson, Benjamin Miles, Eli Bright, Zach Winkle, Simon Bloomfield, Mitchell Collins, James Henry to the top 30. Then Trey Wright, Aiden Shepard, Dion Moon. Bobby Frazier, Vince Almorego, Henry Sanford, Diego Yepes, Ryan Brommer, and Johnny Gardner was the last car to finish on the lead lap in 39th. Nathan Hudson had a piston failure. For all intents and purposes, actually was an engine failure on the 38th. Great Clips Toyota. He ends up 40th. And Gene Samper, 4 laps down in dead last. So, average speed, 181.173. In this very fast-paced WIX Filters 400 at Pocono. And Charles Sanford gets the victory here today. His first of the season. And, so... Next race on the tour will be at the beautiful Irish Hills of Brooklyn, Michigan at Michigan Speedway for the Miller Lite 400. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on the channel. We got inter races, gaming videos, whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires for his channel. And please be sure to check out our cavalcade of offline series, including the Tax Slayer, including the Coors Light Truck Series, the Last One's Life Series, Pizza X Series, Hershey's Cup Series, and the Skittles Super Speedway Series, and of course also Seth's own series, the Duracell Cup Series. Be sure to check the series out, as well as Michael Norman's Budweiser All-Pro Series also on this channel as well. And to keep up on the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series, please be sure to subscribe to Thrash Maniac 99 to keep up on that series. Some of the best offline series are from the NNSCRA umbrella, and you will not regret checking those races out neither. So 16 races are down and 18 left to go here in Season 23 of the Castrol GTX Cup Series as Charles Sanford gets his first victory of the season, winning the WIX Filters 400. Congratulations again to him for that victory. And for now, James Walsh has been this has been a production of the NNSCRA. Offline racing at its best. We will see you at Michigan.
Greg, did you have any ignition problems?